Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am your Muse Traci. I am here to inspire you and empower you to live the life of your dreams, to create on purpose exactly what you want in all areas of your life, to stop settling and to stop suffering. You are not here to suffer. If that sounds good to you, you're more than welcome to join me on this channel and dive into what I have to offer and into my work. So today I am talking all about how manifesting a specific person, which is what I know a lot of you are here for, is not like manifesting a cup of coffee. And I think that, there's going to be two camps here. People are going to be in one of two camps. Most likely, there'll be some other ones too, but most likely you're in one camp where you're like, yeah, Traci, no kidding. It's not like manifesting a cup of coffee. And then some people will have the reaction of, really? Well, why not? So don't worry, whichever camp you're in, one of those two, if you are in one of those two, stay tuned, stay with me. You're going to get something out of this video. I have some deep insights to share with you guys. So let's get into it. So manifesting a specific person is not like manifesting a cup of coffee. And first and foremost, one of the main reasons why is because you do not put the same importance on a cup of coffee that you put on a relationship or a specific person, right? You do not really think all your hopes and dreams and, this ideal lifestyle is found in a cup of coffee. So it's more like this nonchalant thing like, oh, wouldn't that be nice if I got a free cup of coffee today? Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be neat? Wouldn't that be a nice, evidence of my manifestation powers? So you really come at it with this relaxed, not at all needy energy. So that's one of the main reasons why it's different. That's, first and foremost, it's what you're coming at it, the sort of the energy behind how you're coming at this manifestation. Now, the other thing, and I've done other videos on importance and how, what you think, how important you think your manifestation is relevant to how much you think your life changes when you get this manifestation, right? The more we think our life is going to change, the more importance we put on the manifestation, and that definitely affects your manifestation, the amount of importance you put on it, okay? So I've done other videos about that. So that's one of the main reasons, but we're not really talking about that in this video. The thing that we're going to really dive into is the other main reason, and that is that your specific person is a multi-dimensional mirror, and they will reflect back to you parts of yourself that you didn't even know were there. And coffee's not going to do that. So this is one of the big challenges that people face and why it is so different. So, and this is pretty different than what you'll hear a lot of other people talk about. I'm aware of that. My intention isn't to keep you in coaching and give you like breadcrumbs and gatekeep and, keep the real thing away, out of your knowledge and your sight. My intention is to help you do the real work that's required and understand the real work that is required. That's why I talk so much about, programming and, sort of the human condition that we're all born into. And, it's like the human condition that we're all sort of born into and we go through and we experience at a very high level, it's the same. The details are different. The specifics of, the specific dynamics are different. Of course, we don't all have the same life experience, specific life experiences, but at a high level, what we're going through as humans, it's all the same. It's all the same. So what I mean by that is that, we are truly we're souls in a human body. We are these unlimited, infinite creators, powerful creators that are incarnated in a limited human form. And that limited human form also has conditioning, programming. And, our challenge here is to peel off those layers of programming and conditioning and return back to our true nature. And your SP, your specific person love, is the perfect driving force to help you with some very challenging work. And this is very challenging work that you're faced with as a human in your human condition. The conditioning is pretty much from the time of birth, and it's so deep. It's not just in your family, it's in society. All of society is going to try to, keep you in this conditioning because all of society operates with this conditioning. So it's deep work. And if you're manifesting a specific person, you're not broken. There's not something wrong with you. You're not just this obsessed person that can't, let go of someone that, may have quote unquote mistreated you. That is not what's going on here. It is, the one driving force for all of us that is strong enough to motivate us, and that's love. So you're not broken. There is nothing wrong with you. Please don't let anyone make you feel like, oh, you can't get over this person. There's something wrong with you. No, none of that is going on, okay? You have a driving force, a motivating force, and there is a reason for that. There is a reason for that, and the reason is not that you are broken. So that is not what's going on. Your specific person is the driving force, the motivating force. And like I said before, they are also a multi-dimensional mirror to help you see yourself. Your specific person will show you parts of yourself that you didn't even know were there. That's their job. And, if you don't understand what's going on, then you get into this cycle of experiencing these parts of yourself that they're showing you, reacting to them, not liking them, and then but projecting it onto the other person. So this is where the work of understanding what Neville's teaching, everyone as you pushed out, they're just a mere reflection of you. But it's deeper than that too. You have to understand on a deeper level yourself, understand when you're doing that, right? So let me give you an example. I was working with a client the other day, and she said something, she was frustrated, and a lot of people that come to work with me are frustrated. I get it, because knowing this information is one thing. A lot of my clients that I work with know this information. They do. They can say it back to me very clearly. But knowing it is one thing. Being able to operate from it is a totally different thing, right? It's like if you read all the books and, maybe did an online course and you learned about how to drive, but you've never actually driven a car. Well, the first time you get into a car and try to drive it, and maybe you run into a curb or you hit a tree or something, you're like, what? I know how to drive a car. There's a difference between knowing it intellectually and operating from it. So it's normal to feel frustrated. And that's where coaching is really helpful, so that I can help you see where, you know this intellectually, but you're actually not using it. So back to my client, what she was saying was she's, had this sort of back and forth dynamic with her specific person. And, one of the things she said as she was describing it was, I know he didn't love me. I know he didn't really care about me. And, she went on with the story. And that right there is coming from you. You are the one doing that. And, this is not about putting up with being mistreated and all that kind of stuff. We're not talking about boundaries here, but we're talking about your assumption about the dynamic, about the person, about how the person feels about you. This needs to be your chosen assumption, not based on, actions and behaviors that make you feel like you're not being loved. And then, it's sort of like those actions and behaviors are just sort of like the catalyst for you to project your programming out, right? Because if you have the programming that I'm not truly loved, I'm not truly wanted, I'm not truly prioritized, then it is going to be automatic and quite easy for you to look at circumstances, behaviors, events, and circumstances and label them as they don't care, they don't love me, they don't truly love me, they're using me, all of these things. And that is where a lot of people get tripped up, because they don't understand that meaning that they're giving to that situation is the programming. That is an insight into your programming. That's one of the ways you get to see the programming. And again, I'm not talking about putting up with bad behavior and being mistreated. This is a totally separate conversation to having boundaries. Yes, you can have boundaries. Yes, you can remove yourself from situations that don't feel good. But at the same time, simultaneously taking a step back and understanding that this dynamic, this behavior, this circumstance that is showing up with this person, how did it show up here? And is the meaning that you're projecting onto it the only possible meaning? And why are you giving it this meaning? And where does this meaning come from, right? This is how you really operate from what Neville is teaching, law of assumption, everyone is you pushed out. So, excuse me, there's a difference between knowing this information and knowing how to operate from this. And it takes time, and it usually takes some assistance, because like I've said in other videos, this programming, it's your operating system. It's what you've been operating from, and it's very difficult to see your own operating system by yourself just from watching videos and understanding, intellectually what Neville is teaching. So that's what I'm here to do. And that's what I'm passionate about helping you guys with, because when you put the two together, what Neville's teaching and understanding how you use it, how you actually, go from the operating system, the programming that you've been running on your whole life and almost from birth, how you go from that to intentionally choosing your assumptions and choosing the meanings and understanding why, this one meaning is right there. It's so ready to pop out, and it's not a very good one a lot of times when you first start doing this work, because of the programming, because of the conditioning. Learning how to identify that, and then not only identify it, but change it. And when you start to do that, this is when your world can change. Your 3D reality is perfectly calibrated to you. So if you don't change, if you're not changing, your 3D reality isn't going to change. I was talking about this in my last video. It's not that your 3D reality is solid and real and fixed and unchangeable and unmovable. No, actually the truth is your 3D reality is super malleable and super flexible and super changeable, and there's infinite possibilities. It's us, we as the creator of our reality, we are the ones that hold it in this fixed, rigid state, but we don't have to do that. And that's what you're learning to do when you're learning to identify how you keep projecting the same meaning and reacting. Don't worry, I have a new video coming about reacting and how reacting is everything, and a little bit of a fresh perspective on reacting. I know I talk about it a lot. I enjoy talking about it, and I know you guys like it as well. So stay tuned. There's a video coming about that. But learning how to take that step back and understand why you're reacting, where it's coming from, and if you have to react that way. And first of all, whether you reacted or not, what the 3D reality is showing you. What are you meant to be seeing here? Because everything is showing you. That's what everything is, that's the whole thing. That's the whole setup. 3D reality is perfectly calibrated to you to show you more of you. So you get to know yourself, these deeper levels of yourself. So that's really all that's going on. And same thing with your specific person. Your specific person isn't, trying to hurt you. They're not trying to string you along and not give you what you want. They are showing you deeper levels of you. And if you find yourself in some type of cycle with them, again, that's showing you something. There is no, fixed, rigid cycle with a person. It's being held in place by something that you're doing, something that you're reacting to, something that you keep perpetuating. And if you don't know what that is, that's what I'm here to help you look at and identify and ultimately change, so that you can, again, like I say in my intro, stop settling and stop suffering. You're not here to suffer. This is not about suffering, and that's not to put lightness on all of this work. I said this earlier too. This is hard work, but it's not meant to be like this lifetime of suffering and like confusion and sort of like just spinning wheels. It's not really meant to be like that. All right, you guys. So I think that's it for this video. I'll have another video coming out shortly. Someone has sent me an email about what they want to see a video on. If you have a video topic that you want me to record on, send me an email or leave me a comment down below. Again, I have new membership options available for group coaching. I also have new one-on-one packages available. So check it out. It's all on my website, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.